Hello everybody, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. Today's video is going to be part 2 of a video I did back in November. I was reacting to your guys' favorite books of 2022, so today I'm going to be reacting to your least favorite books of 2022. I was planning on only doing favorites, but then somebody asked for least favorites, and I was like, that is a great idea, how did I not think of that? So yeah, welcome to part 2. Honestly, I'm really excited to get into these, so not much of an intro for you guys today. Happy December, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I just really want to get into today's video. I don't really know why. I am very excited to react to them because I didn't really look at a lot of them. I put this poll up on Instagram, asked you guys what your least favorite books of 2022 were, and that can be like books that you read in 2022, or they can be 2022 releases, but I meant like just books you read in 2022 that you were just really fucking disappointed in, and ones that just didn't get the hype for you, ones that were not enjoyed, disappointing, and you didn't like, basically. So yeah, you guys give me a lot, and I took a brief look at them, screenshotted them, but I did not react to them in my head yet. So I'm very excited to get into today's video. But it also made me think, like, should I do a least favorite books video of like my list? Would you guys want to see that? And I would love to know your thoughts in the comments, because personally, I try to stay positive. I try to stay out of the negative shit, out of the drama, whatever. I try to keep things kind of light on my channel. And like the most negative I will get is a recent DNFs video where I talk about books that I did not like. But I would be open to doing a least favorite reads or most disappointing reads of 2022 video. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see that, like I said. But anyway, we're gonna get into today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, stick around. Thank you guys so much for your support, and let's get into these disappointing reads of 2022. I don't have as many responses as I got from the favorite reads of 2022, but we still got a pretty good list here. I screenshotted them on my phone, so I'm gonna be looking down a little bit, but the first one we got, which may be controversial, but made sense to me, is Magnolia Parks. Someone said this was their most disappointing read, they did not like it, and honestly, if I read this fucking book, I would probably be right there with you. All I know from this one is that it's a long-ass series, it's full of tension and angst, and it's a friends to lovers contemporary romance, and it blew up like overnight on Book Talk, I think, and a lot of people started reading it. I never contemplated reading this because I knew I wouldn't like it because of the contemporary of it, because of kind of what the plot was, the tropes. I just didn't think I would like it. I didn't check it out, but it's known for being like a toxic, angsty. It sounded a little bit interesting, I won't lie. I just didn't think I'd like it, and I didn't want to disappoint myself, so that's why I didn't read it. This comment here though is making me feel glad I did not do that. With books that popular, you're gonna have people that love them and people that hate them. That's just guaranteed. It's gotta come with it, but I wasn't expecting to see that. I only got one reply saying that, but yeah, still wasn't expecting to see it on here. Lady of Rooksgrave Manor, which I think is like either book 1 or book 2 in the like duet or whatever that is. It's a paranormal monster romance, I think. I have not read it. It was on my TBR or on my like radar last spooky season, not this year, but like in 2021, and I never got to it because either I ran out of time or had more pressing reads. I don't know, but it sounds like it's just like a really smutty monster romance with not a lot of plot, and I can understand why someone replied with this, honestly. I feel like I would maybe have similar thoughts. If the smut wasn't very good, then I would not enjoy it at all, and I wouldn't read it for any reason, so I can definitely see why somebody put it on here. I feel like it is liked, not really loved, but in my opinion of it, it doesn't have a lot of like plot or like interesting shit in there. It's just like monster smut, I think. So yeah, was I surprised to see it on here? Not really, and I've heard that the second one in that duet, whatever it is not as good as the first one. Pen Pal by JT Geisinger, I think. This is her newer release. I think it came on like August something. I saw a lot of controversy about this one. I never planned to pick it up, but like seeing that controversy just like took it straight off the even might be list, because apparently it's not classified as a romance because it has like an unhappy ending, or there's confusion with the heroes. I don't really know. I did read spoilers, but like it was a while ago, so I don't really remember, and I don't want to spoil it too much if you haven't read it and did want to read it. But honestly, not surprised to see this on here. A lot of people were mad at JT Geisinger for mislabeling this, I think. So yeah, not surprised to see this on here. But ones that I am shocked to see on here is QB Tyler. I was really shocked. I didn't get like a shit ton of responses saying QB Tyler, but I got a few. People said anything from Always Been You. Actually, that was the top one, so we're gonna go with that one. Always Been You. Some people even said Unconditional, which that would be understandable if you weren't a taboo lover, because that is really taboo. And then some people also said Love Unexpected, which I haven't read, but I think that's a therapist and his client, so yeah, also if you didn't like taboo, you would not like that. But yeah, I got the most responses for Always Been You, and I enjoyed that book, but honestly, it's not, in my opinion, QB Tyler's best book. It's a little basic and bland and uninteresting, honestly. I wasn't in the greatest like reading mood when I read it, so that might influence my opinion, but by the looks of these responses, I'm not alone in this. I feel like it was just really basic and definitely didn't live up to the hype. Like, I thought that they loved each other. Might be a couple that breaks up after the epilogue, but they definitely did not have that soulmate shattering love, or at least I didn't see that. For me, in like my review of it, there's no other words for this other than like bland and boring. I wouldn't quite say it's disappointing because I didn't have great expectations for it, but it was definitely bland and boring. Okay, one person put in a few. The first one that they put is The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. I don't agree with this one. I actually enjoyed it, but it's definitely one of those like toxic, fucked up romances that aren't for that was looking for like a organized plot or some shit. This is fucked up, it's messy, it's toxic, it's chaotic, and it kind of takes like really random ass leads and like goes everywhere. It's definitely for dark romance lovers, but also those who love the like messy, chaotic side of dark romance that sometimes comes with books like that. But yeah, I can see why it's on this list. I don't necessarily agree with you. I liked it. I've recommended it before. But that being said, what I do agree with is Wicked Little Somethings by A.R. Beck. It's a series of like, there's Wicked Little Sins and then Wicked Little Lies or something. I don't know. I did not like this. I feel like in the dark romance reader community, whatever, there's such a fine line of like dark high school romance and dark romances. This one is a dark high school romance, and it just pissed me the fuck off. It just didn't fit for me, and I found myself like rolling my fucking eyes all the time. I was like, girl. The heroine in this one especially, she kept like getting mad at her mom for literally no reason. Like, the worst thing her mom ever did to her was move in with another dude. Like, it's not the end of your life. It's not that bad. She didn't just ruin your life by falling in love with someone. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, it just made me really pissed off because I felt like she was a wannabe rebel and was not actually going through that much. And I didn't really want to say that, but like those are my real true thoughts right there. I don't want to offend this fucking fictional character, but those are my true thoughts. And she pissed me off. The hero also pissed me off. He was like wannabe mysterious, and I just felt like this book was trying so fucking hard and it didn't hit on anything, like literally anything. I ended up DNFing this at like maybe 30% because like, yeah, it was not it. And I definitely agree with my friend here, like this was not it. And another person said Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I think this is that hockey rom-com romance that's apparently really steamy that's been going around. It's got that like really cute cover. I've not read it. I can't really comment on it. Not qualified enough to do so. This is another one where like popular books, there's gonna have people that love them, people that hate them. So I'm not really surprised to see it on this list. This is one of those popular books that kind of blew up overnight that definitely some people are gonna love, some people are gonna hate. Will I read it? No. Because the person who put this in there, I very much trust her reader opinion, like, over kind of anyone actually. And it's a rom-com with a cartoon cover. Sorry, not my aesthetic, not my loved kind of genre or trope, I guess. It's a no for me. Funny enough, I actually got a few people saying No Tomorrow by Carrie Cole. I've never read anything by Carrie Cole. She's definitely on my radar, on my like could be TBR, because she does age gaps really well apparently, and she does kind of forbidden ones, a little bit of taboo too, but I think she's most known for her age gap. Yeah, I was a little shocked to see this on here. I feel like I've read one book from her actually. I totally forgot about that until right now, but I would say that it was pretty basic. It wasn't one of her most loved books or her more recent book, so that might be why, but it was in the like Ashes and Embers series or whatever, and yeah, that was pretty disappointing to me. But No Tomorrow, I was kind of shocked to see this. I feel like I haven't really seen too much dislike about it, and so yeah, shocked to see it, but I could kind of see it, especially if you're not a lover of like age gaps, taboo, or whatever Carrie Cole specializes in. Someone said the last book in the Mile High series by T.L. Swan, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I'm ready to talk about this. I read this back in September. It was a mood read. I wasn't loving my reading that day, and I woke up, I went on TikTok, I saw someone post about this book and like a scene in it, and I was like, fuck it. So this has been recommended to me so many times. T.L. Swan has the Mile High Club or series, whatever. People want me to read it. This is making me want to read it. I'm gonna fucking read it. So I read it, and it can be read as a standalone. It's the 4th book in the series, so I mean, you probably shouldn't read it as a standalone, and I kind of regret doing so because now I feel like, why would I go back and read the other books in that series? Because I already know that like fucking Jameson ends up with his wife, whatever. And so yeah, maybe I'll go back and see what their romance is about, but the brothers kind of felt like copy and paste to me, so maybe not. Anyway, this book especially, book 4, it is a fucking mess, but I I was so here for it, guys. Like I said, it was a mood read. That was what I was in the mood for. That perfectly delivered what I wanted in that mood. So that is definitely why I enjoyed it. If I wasn't in the mood for this, I would not have loved it as much. It is definitely a messy, chaotic book that has some plot twists that'll be like, what the fuck? Why was this needed? And yeah, some parts I was a bit like, okay, girl, what? Why did you write this? But other parts were just so addicting, so amazing. The friends to lovers part of this and the traveling part, even though it went on for like so fucking long, I loved it. And I rated it, I think, just under 4 stars. But like, part of me is like, this is a fucking 6-star read. And the other part of me is like, this was a hot mess. And I can totally see why it's on this list, because I feel like people that love that series, when they read that book, they were so disappointed. They felt ripped off. They were not happy with T.L. Swan. And that's valid, because it's definitely not the best book in the series. But personally, because it was a mood read, and I'll say this as many times as it needs to be said, because it was a mood read and that was what I was looking for, I just loved it. Naturally. Like, you're telling me if you're in the mood for like smut and then you read smut, that wouldn't hit, right? You can't say that. If you're reading something you want to be reading and you're in the mood for it, it's gonna be amazing. And that's why I love this book. So I agree with you and I disagree with you. I'm definitely torn on this fucking book. Like, still, I read it months ago, 2 months ago, whatever, and I'm still fucking torn on it. We'll get back to the list now, because that was a bit of a rant. Somebody said Hush Hush by Lucia Franco. I was shocked. I feel like I've never heard of someone disliking Lucia Franco, unless of course they read the like 5-book series from her or whatever about the coach athlete shit with the like 20-year age gap. Like that's understandable, because like the heroine is 18 or something and the hero's like 40. I don't know. But I can see why people wouldn't like that, especially if they didn't like age gaps or taboo or shit like that. Like, if they weren't liking those tropes in the plot of this, I don't know why they read it, number one, but if they read it and they don't like that kind of tropes, then I understand why you didn't like it. But Hush Hush, I was not expecting. I haven't read any of these books by Lucia Franco, just because the synopsis and like plot of them doesn't really sound like something I would love. Actually, Hush Hush especially, I feel like I don't really want to read about like what 22-year-old escort who falls in love with her 50-year-old like client, we'll call him. Yeah, I don't really think that sounds interesting to me. Maybe if I like the heroine, I would want to read the book, but I mean, we won't know if I like the heroine until I'm reading the fucking book, so I probably won't read it. I can see why someone would put it on this list. Do I agree? Possibly, but I haven't read the book, so obviously I can't fucking say if I do or don't, but not overly shocked to see this on here, not gonna lie. Hi, this is me editing, just popping in and saying I, in the next clip, completely switched up to authors. Instead of Sally Thorne, I was talking about Sally Rooney. This is my mistake. I totally thought that these 2 books were by the same authors, because I'm talking about 2 totally different books. Yeah, I'm talking about Sally Rooney in the next clip, even though this book is by Sally Thorne. I just got it wrong. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to the video. Someone said The Hating Game by Sally Rooney, Sarah Rooney, I don't know. Yeah, I can just tell by looking at it without even reading it that I would also hate it. It would also be very disappointing to me. I had a friend that recently read a book by Sally Rooney, like This Beautiful World or something, and she's like, girl, you need to read this. And I'm like, how do I say this in a nice way? She knows the kind of books that I read, so she was already knowing that I would like reply like, girl, what are you saying this to me? But she loved it, and that just got me thinking, like, I've never really heard anything good about Sally Rooney, honestly. Okay, I take that back a little bit. Very little good things from the contemporary readers who love that like section of the contemporary world, but other than that, this is not a shock that it's on here, genuinely. Okay guys, we're gonna finish it off there. This one was a little quicker than my last one. I didn't have a lot of disappointing reads, but I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you want me to do my disappointing reads of 2022. Like I said, we try to keep it light around here, but I could do it. I could bring out my inner Karen and I could do it. So let me know in the comments. Happy December. I hope you guys are having an amazing holiday, or at least an amazing December. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video very soon.